Right, back with you on the Newzroom PM. Thanks for staying on. The Southern African Music Rights Organization says it has accepted the resignation of its chairperson, Nicholas Maweni. Maweni's resignation comes a week after disgruntled musicians who are members of Samro disrupted a press conference held by the Samro board, headed by Maweni, to address some of the controversies at the organization. The disruption to the press briefing was because of corruption allegations against Samro, which stem from a 2023 investigation commissioned by Samro and conducted by Funduzi Forensic Services. For more on this, we're joined in studio by Owen Ndlovu, Artists United representative, as well as a member of Samro. Good to have you once again, and thank you very much for your time.
Good afternoon, Tawa. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having us. And I'm wearing black today because I'm mourning the passing of Ubaba or Richard Saluma, Richie S. And I'd like to say to my PA as well, Kamokhelo Williams Njabane, a speedy recovery. Yeah. This is our story at Tibotach, where always we either burying our fellow colleagues or they are sick in hospitals. But the money is there. Yeah. You see, if there's no money, we understand. Yeah. But the money is there, but artists continue dying as paupers, and that is a problem.
It seems your protest, though, has culminated in some kind of movement. At least you've got 2 resignations at Samro, and now you've got the 3rd one of the chairperson. So there is some kind of movement. However, you say it does not absolve them of accountability. Let's talk about that accountability a little bit. You speak of 60 million being involved in this corruption. Yeah. They reported at that meeting once again to say it's not 60 million. Yeah. It's 30 million that was involved, but only 3.4 million of that 30 million would have been involved in some corrupt dealing. The rest was distributed properly. The other 30 is still held in unclaimed work, so it has not been distributed. So the noise that you're making is essentially about the 3.4 million, but people have been taken to task about even that.
Tabo, that is not true. 60 million was claimed. And then 30 million that they say was distributed legally. They failed to prove that it went to the right people and it was claimed by the right person. So the record labels went and claimed the money. For an example, they say, we are claiming for Thabo Mdluli. But there's no proof. They failed to provide a proof that indeed this is Thabo Mdluli that sent us to claim this money. So they claimed the money. They paid for the monies that didn't belong necessarily to the record labels. But they claim and say, I represent Owen Ndlovu, and the money was paid without checking whether really they've got authority to represent even that Owen Ndlovu. Some people that they claimed the money for were dead. Yeah. So even the monies that they paid, the 30 million, there's not, to date, we're waiting to get an audit, Babu Mdluli, that says these monies were paid to the rightful owners.
So do you believe the Funduzi report will show that?
The Funduzi report did show a lot of discrepancies that were there. That is the only reason why they don't want to release it. Because of that's why we're going to see that the record label so and so, for an example, Sony or Gallo, claimed so much for these individuals, and indeed those individuals belong to them. Yeah. So that's what we want to see. So with the chairperson leaving, which we welcome, by the way, Artists United welcome the departure of Ubaba Maweni, and it's long overdue. Yeah. Because look at what he says, and this is a victory, Babu Mdluli, by the way, to Artists United. For the first time, we've seen artists coming together in this country. And this is our results. It shows once we come together in unity, victory is always certain. Yeah. Now, Ubaba Maweni resigns. Why is he resigning before releasing the report? Now that he's on the other side of the road, he's like, for me, we can say robot. Sometimes green, sometimes red, sometimes yellow. Because when he was this side, he was saying, no, let's not release the report. Now that is out in his statement, he's saying he's always been supporting the report to be released. Now that is no longer there. So, but all along, the artists who've been fighting for this report to be released. Now that he's leaving, he say he never had a problem.
His resignation letter, he says he never had a problem releasing it.
But that's chameleon.
The investigators would have warned them against releasing this particular report.
The investigators never want nobody trouble. The investigators just cautioned to say, handle this with care. which is normal for any investigation. But we are the owners of this report. Yeah. We are saying, even if it goes haywire, it's okay. Yeah. It's us, it's ours. Give it to us.
Well, they're arguing it's their report. They are the ones who instituted the forensic investigation. They're saying, as the board, they are the one who called for this forensic investigation. It's not the artists or the members.
I thought it was the board represents artists, and they get the mandate from the artists. So that's been the frustration to say, who's the boss now? Because of the last time we got you in to gather money. Yeah. Especially, let's go to Nicholas. Nicholas arrived when the problem of Dubai was at its peak. 45 million was stolen there. And that money was signed by the board. But we exonerated him. We said, okay, don't focus on the past. Focus on the future. He has failed to even protect this money that he found there.
But Mayegiso has got nothing but glowing remarks for him. Says he took the challenge of leading the organization during a difficult period, and through his unwavering commitment to good governance and his strategic vision delivered remarkable results. You know the results that they say. Total license revenue and distribution, a record-breaking 429 million rands in royalties.
And Thabo, you know, like they always say that success has got too many mothers, while failure is an orphan. This is the work of the suspended COO Mphomo Fikwe. She has been working day in, day out, making sure that all these things happen because of her interest was only for the artist. Now, Nicholas, when he leaves, he wants to claim everything and put everybody under the bus. He was there as a leader, and the artists still today, they don't get paid. The systems are not working. That's still the same problems that he found. The worst part, the monies are being stolen. Yeah. So you can't then say you've generated. They had a target of increasing revenue by 1.5 billion. Every year they increase the target because of they can't reach the actual target that they put for themselves. So we welcome him that he's gone, and we are happy that we are united. Let's continue as united artists, stay together and push for more to come. The next one, Thabo, is about Ubab Mayegiso, who is the deputy chair. The deputy chair is the chairman of the Audit and Risks Committee. Now, he released the results that were not audited. 2 weeks ago, they went and held a press conference.
Yeah. Which you disrupted.
Which we did disrupt because we knew, Thabo, they were going to lie. They were releasing the reports that were not audited. And this person is still there, the deputy chair, Ubab Mayegiso. He is heading the committee of the audit and risk, releasing the unaudited results. We wrote a letter to him saying, please give us the audited results. Guess what the COSEC says? 3 days ago, she replies to us, still with the same result that were aired, no audited. We then call the audit firm. The audit firm says we're not responsible, we're not even part of the process building up. We just got information from Samro. So those results that we released to the public are not audited. And you've got a person chairing the audit and risk, still sitting there. So the problem is not over, Thabo. We are calling for Babu Mayegiso, Sisa Mayegiso, the deputy chair, to resign with immediate effect. Yeah.
Are you going to block the filling of those posts? Because I believe that there is work underway, according to the statement, that the posts are going to be filled. They're not going to leave the organization without proper people to govern.
It's a joke, Thibo. It's a joke. Nothing about us without us. There's no post that will be filled unless we're involved. They must call us, we sit around because of we know. It's about time this industry reflect true people. You're an artist yourself. We can rather see Thabo Ndlovu sitting in that board because of he will understand better the industry than calling the independents. All these people that are giving us problems, Thabo, are independent. That's why we are removing them, because of they come from outside with qualifications, which we agree and respect, but they don't have experience of the industry, which is different. So we want to see, if you look at football, you see Ivan Kos and Danny Jordan, and you know these are football representatives. But in music, it's always people that are not known. We cannot do that. We're not saying that every artist qualifies to be there, but we know there are artists that are qualified. So we're not going to allow that to happen.
So you're calling for accountability. What do you want Bob Maweni to account for?
Bob Maweni, we want to detail a report in terms of all the monies since he arrived there. He's been sitting there for 7 years. This 30 million, we want him to account for it to T in terms of record label so and so claimed for this individual. Did this individual get even the money? Because of the reality, Thabo, is that we've spoken to artists that are distancing themselves. We're saying, it is reported that you got 700,000. He said, I've never seen that money, and I'm hearing it from him for the first time. And these are the artists that are willing to testify. Wow. So it's not off the hook. He must come and account to T for all this money, including signing 25,000 for the books that was launched. You cannot do that. Worst part, the chairperson is leaving, Tibotage, having signed a visa for the most wanted representative of the record label, which is the publisher, David Alexander. He signed him the visa to cross the country. He's sitting in America. How do you sign a visa for the person that was already flagged by the investigators, by the forensic investigators? They said, this person is responsible for taking money. You sign a visa, you're helping him to go overseas, and you jump ship. You can't. He must come and tell us why in the first place did he sign that letter. So he hasn't done that because of that is assisting the crime and defeating the ends of justice. Yeah. So we cannot, he must come back and explain.
How are you fixing the system? I mean, it seems from at least the September 10th meeting, the artists that were there, some of them were even kicked out of the system. They didn't even know they were no longer members of Samro, had to re-register. I mean, do you think the system still has credibility? Is it still credible? I mean, as I'm sitting here, I'm not even sure whether I'm still a member.
You're right, Thabo. When you arrive in the morning, you get told that you're no longer a member, or you're not voting because of there are voting members, there are non-voting members. So you don't know. They can tell that, no, oh, and no, you're not even supposed to vote today. It's a joke, Thabo. The systems are there. They've been blocked systematically so that they channel these monies away. It's not that Samro is not ready to pay. Samro is not ready. Is ready to pay any artist anytime because of what the COO has done in terms of her operations. She puts all the systems together. But because of this corruption from within, they made sure that we're going to make these things dysfunctional so that we are able to be paid. For an example, Thabo, these people that receive monies, they didn't hold the the FG on the road with guns. Somebody pressed the button to pay those monies. So they know when to bypass the system, they know how to. Once this board leaves, watch, it's going to take 3 months. No member from Samro will be complaining. Everything will be to T. Because of the systems are there, but they don't want to use it because of it works against them.
Owen Ndlovu, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming on. That's Owen Ndlovu there, representing Artists United, welcoming the resignation of the chair, but calling now even for the resignation of the vice chairperson and lead independent director of Samro, Sisa Maegiso. They are also calling for more accountability as far as the resignation of the chairperson to come and account exactly how that money was distributed. More news when we continue next here on the Newzroom PM. Stay with us.